everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to be talking about books, and not specifically these books. These are actually all my cookbooks. If you guys want to see what's on my cookbook shelf, let me know below and maybe I'll do a cookbook video. But grab you a cup of coffee and let's chat. We are going to be talking about specifically books that have to do with homesteading, preserving, that kind of thing, and books that I like to be laying around my house for recall. For me, I like books because it's a physical resource in case there was not access to digital resources, and because I like to quickly kind of like look back at stuff and take notes, and I just really like that tangible thing. So that being said, let's get it. First set of books that I want to talk about are cookbooks. And these are some different cookbooks. These first two are actually just older cookbooks. This is Sow Belly and Sourdough. These are actually original recipes from like cattle drives and cow camps in the 1800s. And this is the Old Farmhouse Kitchen. I like keeping these basic cookbooks around because I feel like in the event that I didn't have access to all the things that the grocery store offers, or as I'm pulling away from accessing all the things that the grocery store offers and I want to grow my own food, it's going to be basic ingredients, basic recipes that I can dress up if I want to and I have extra things, but just the bare bones recipes. It's really good to keep these older ones around. Now the next recipe book I hold really dear. My mom actually a couple of years ago gifted all of us kids a cookbook, and it's filled with recipes, not filled, but in each section there's a couple of recipes in each section that are from family members, ones that they remember growing up and what was special about it. Or like my dad used to make pancakes every Saturday, so he filled it out, and on the back they put a little note. And I actually gave some recipe cards to my mother-in-law and my grandmother-in-law for them to fill out as well, and it's for me to add to. And I'm so terrible at writing down recipes, but I'm really trying to be more intentional. So guess what? Pat on the back. I actually wrote a couple recipes down a couple weekends ago and put these in here, and I really want to just fill this up so it'd be an amazing gift for my kids and future generations to come. So get yourself a little recipe book. Next group of books are all about canning. And if you are starting your journey preserving, and you might be water bath canning, pressure canning, whatever, these are some books that you have to have in your arsenal and have been so helpful for me. So the first book is the Amish Canning Cookbook. I really love the Amish. I feel like everything that they do is just wholesome and traditional, and I just love the simplicity of it. I actually picked this one up off of Thrift Books, so if you guys are new to Thrift Books, my referral link is below, but I think I got it less for than $5 over there, and it's definitely a must-have in your canning arsenal. The next one is the Ball Complete Book of Preserving. It has over 400 recipes. This is a 100% must. If you are doing any type of canning, you need this one. But before I got this book, I actually bought the Ball Guide to Preserving. This is not just canning, you guys. This is dehydrating, freezing, canning, water bath canning, and pressure canning. And I really did enjoy just the simplicity of this one as well. Like, it's just right to the point. There's not a whole bunch of fluff around it. I feel like sometimes I'm like on Pinterest, jump to the recipe. I'm just like, let's jump to what I need to do. Ball did a really good job in this complete guide to preserving. So definitely pick this one up. This one is new to me this year, and this is the Complete Guide to Pressure Canning. I started canning a couple years ago, and I started with water bath canning. I feel like I've got a really good handle on that. And this year, my husband bought me a pressure canner that I haven't not used yet, and I am almost on the venture to starting all that once my harvests start coming in. And I'm really excited, and this has been so helpful for me, just giving me the confidence and journey to start that journey. This is definitely a must, and it was suggested to me by a beautiful friend of mine, and I have been enjoying it. Continuing with preserving food, these are two books that I've picked up recently, and I have kind of peeked through this one, but I've been reading through this one, and I really have just been, I don't know, taken back a little bit, because I feel like, why didn't we not learn this? You know, why why do we not know this stuff, you know? But this is The Joy of Keeping a Root Cellar. This also talks about canning, freezing, drying, smoking, and preserving your harvest. This is the second edition. Beautiful. This is a full color book, and I like stuff that just makes me feel like I'm there. And this is one of those books that you just look at the pictures and you're just like, you could touch this piece of lettuce or something. So I really did like this, and this is something that I haven't read through. I'm just kind of moseying through as I get to it. And that's kind of how this book is too. This is Stocking Up, and this is a how to preserve your food and grow it naturally. This was copyrighted in 1977, and I also picked this one up for thrift books. I believe I spent less than $10 on it. If you don't get any of those, this would be an amazing book just to have on your shelf, because learning to preserve and grow our food is something that we have been so detached from. And I have been dehydrating and doing some other things, and this has been such a great resource. It's not something that you would read, I feel like, from start to finish, but it's more like as what you're doing, you read that section and then you go do it and you do that kind of thing. But if you do read all the way through it, let me know, because I have not finished this whole thing, but what I have read through has been so incredibly helpful. Okay, we are almost done, you guys. If you are doing anything that has to do with homesteading, this is an amazing book. It had been on my wish list for a while, and I had kind of been like picking other books and kind of skimming around it, and a beautiful friend of mine bought it for me, and I love it. This is not just a cookbook. This is so many other things, recipes. She talks about her livestock in here, just other things that you wouldn't naturally get from maybe like your traditional, just like how to make meatloaf or something like that. Like, it's vanilla abstract, sourdough starters, things like that. You definitely need to pick up the Perry Homestead cookbook. I didn't know how much I really needed this until after I got it. So this is a definite must-have in your homestead homemaking library. The next thing I got is Keeping a Family Cow. This is new and I have not read it yet, but I want to start venturing into my knowledge about having livestock. Growing up, we had chickens and goats and horses. I grew up on 55 acres, but we never had like cows. And my family leases their property now and they have cattle on there, but they're for meat cows. And me and my husband have really talked about wanting to eventually have our own dairy cow. And so naturally I'm like, well, I need to learn about it. And so I picked this up. I'm actually gonna be taking this on my next trip to go see my husband. I have a long flight and I am excited to just skim through this and just start dreaming of my future homestead with my cows and milk. So yes, I definitely started picking up this. I know that there's some other chicken books I want to pick up, and hopefully we'll be doing meat birds later this year. I'll let you guys know how that goes and if we do go on that adventure. But yes, Keeping a Family Cow. Now, the last book I'm going to share in this video, you guys, is a Reader's Digest, Back to the Basics, How to Learn and Enjoy Traditional American Skills. I picked this also up from thrift books, and this has been such an eye-opener for me to look through. My kids love it, but literally they are lost American skills. How to build a cabin, buying land, what to build, how to build on it. Literally all the tools you would need to build a house and the footing. And I mean, it goes through just making your own energy with windmills and pumping your own water and things that they did for years, and we have gotten just so far away from it and the conveniences of living in the city. Enjoying your harvest year round. So it has a lot of preserving stuff in it. But yeah, you guys definitely, I keep this on like around like our nature center too, because my kids, that's where a lot of our other books are that they can just go through and they just like to look through it. But I would definitely not want to be stuck on the wrong side of not having this if I did need it. And I just think that we need to, these are skills that I want my kids to know. Even if they never have to depend on them, they can at least fall back on knowledge and continue the lost American skills that were so precious to like our grandparents and their parents and the parents before them. So if you guys have enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment below what books you recommend, because I'm always, my Amazon list is like a mile long because I love books. I really, really do. And I told my husband, I said, in our next house, I don't want to have my bookshelf in the schoolroom, because right now I keep a lot of my books in the schoolroom. I was like, I want a bookshelf in our master bedroom, and hopefully I'll have a library someday or something. But I absolutely love them. So definitely give me your guys' suggestions down below. And if you've seen a book that you really liked, let me know, and I'll keep all the links down below. Until next time, you guys, I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.